All right, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to manage anxiety and no contact. So that way you can make it through this period of time, not talking to your ex. So that way they miss the shit out of you and you ultimately can get them back without breaking down and resetting your time frame. So those of you who don't know, my name is Benny Lichtenwallner. I'm a breakup coach. All I do is help people get their exes. In this video, I'm going to teach you the number one skill that most people don't have, and this is also a big reason why they can't get their exes back. But if you learn what I'm going to teach you in this video, you will learn what effectively cured depression in me. I was hospitalized for depression twice in my youth, and in first grade and also in sophomore year, freshman years. And I've been able to become, fairly out there social media influencer by fixing. So the first thing you need to know is that when you go into your thoughts, you're creating suffering for yourself. Why? Because when you think into the past, you're accessing memories, nostalgia, etc. And those moments are no longer here in this present moment. You're only living here in this present moment. So when you think about the past, you long for something that can't be here. And that's what causes depression. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice medically, but you can fix it without taking a bunch of pills. Likewise, when you think into the future, when you have an overthinking problem, and you're thinking in a future-facing direction, trying to forecast, is your ex going to come back? Are they going to get with somebody else, etc., etc., you're creating anxiety for yourself because you're trying to solve a problem that cannot be solved because we don't have all the variables because we're in the present moment and not in the future. Now, furthermore, when you're thinking in these moments that are outside of the present moment, not only are you, creating suffering for yourself by accessing moments that can't be experienced in the present moment, but you're also doing it for the purpose of just thinking about a bunch of fake shit. And to me, this makes it even more silly to do this. Why? Because when you go into your memories, they're not even accurate. They're not even accurate representations of the past. And you could probably experience this. I don't know if you ever, thought about your childhood home when you were a kid, whichever house you grew up into. And if you go visit as an adult later, usually it's a lot smaller. It's a lot less cool than what you remembered because your memory has this effect of making things better than what they actually were. And likewise, even if you could forecast what day your ex might come back to you or whatever, or that they'll come back in general, you can't say what color shirt they're going to be wearing on that day. So whatever you're visualizing about the future, whatever you're remembering from the past, it's all a bunch of fake shit in your mind that you just come up with. So why even spin the gears thinking about all this stuff if A, it's fake, and B, all it does is create suffering? You got to see it this way to get yourself to stop doing it. Because what you have is an overthinking addiction. That's the problem. You're going into your head. So first of all, you have to accept the problem and understand that it is a problem and see it. And then strive to not do anymore. Well, you're not just going to be able to not do it anymore, right? You need to kind of have some techniques to not do anymore. That's what meditation is. Not fad meditation like guided visualizations and some of these kind of things. No, plain old-fashioned clearing your mind, watching the thoughts come and go and letting them out of your mind, not hanging on to them. Understanding that your thoughts, you don't have to think them. You don't have to go with them. You can let them pass. They can come in and they can go away, and that's it. So one exercise for doing this would be sitting down, closing your eyes, and you start a count. And the second you notice a thought come into your brain, that's when you restart the count. You're going to train your mind to notice when you start thinking in a way that's disconnected from the present moment. Now, here's another problem. Our thoughts are seamless with our body, right? And so sometimes we don't realize that, that's our thoughts are not really who we are. It's just something that can come and go. It's like a little signal. And we just get caught up in it. We just do automatic thought, and we let it kind of run rampant. So you get like 10 layers deep into thought, and now all of a sudden your nervous system is affected. And this is when you're going to break down, message your ex, etc. And you can't just drop the thoughts at that point. You already went too far down the rabbit hole. So what you need in a case like this is the use of breath work to reset your nervous system to a place where you're out of this little, spiral. You can use a technique called box breathing, where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds, and then hold it 4 seconds. And then that will, a couple of volleys of that, or a handful of volleys of that, will ultimately reset your nervous system back where you're, to ground zero again. So, I know this is kind of a heavy video, but the point is, I gave you the solution to avoiding anxiety in no contact. You may not do it, that's on you, but now you know how to fix it. And if you want other real solutions to actually getting your ex back, just like the hundreds of people that I have receipts for who've gotten their exes back, which are all listed in my Instagram profile, you can click into my profile, click this link right here, set up a call. You tell me your story, and I'll tell you exactly how to get your ex back.